For it to say live. All right, we are live. Okay, so I am Kristen with Papa Pietro Perry Winery. It is Wednesday, clearly wine and whatever Wednesday, and I have got special guests, Cathy and Pete Seghesio. Cathy, I like how your name's on there first, by the way. I think that's enough. I think she must have typed it in. But we've got a couple different wines with us. We got a couple different salumis with us, and we've got the 2018 Sonoma Coast Papa Pietro Perry Pinot. We also have the, I forgot what vintage Charles is. The 18 Charles Vineyard as well. So we're going to pair these with some salumis because we are doing a virtual tasting with you on April 24th, where it's you get three cheeses. No, you don't get any cheese. You get three salumis, you get three wines, you get us, you get you guys. We're all going to be together doing a salumi tasting. And if you've been to Healdsburg and you've been to Journeyman meat, you know it's fantastic what we're talking about. So hello, guys. Welcome.
Hi, Kristen.
You gotta have your glass up, yeah, of course.
Awesome.
You always do, but what is Journeyman? Who is Journeyman? Tell me a little bit about Journeyman.
Yeah.
Back in 2012, we were doing a family trip to Italy, and I had we all had the opportunity to meet Dario Cecchini, and my father, ever since I was a little boy, had taught me how to make little salamette, the little hard salami, and you make them in the wintertime. And
okay, I'm gonna butt in.
Go ahead.
So Dario Cecchini is probably the most famous butcher in the world, and he lives in the town of what is it? Panzano in Tuscany. And if you ever look for him, you can look up for him on the Food Network or so. There's a lot of shows with him on there. He's amazing and charismatic. And you should follow him on social media too. But anyway, we had the opportunity to meet this guy.
How?
Kind of changed our life through a winemaker friend in Tuscany. And Gianni Minetti has
probably one of the most famous Tuscan wineries called Fontori, and he's personal friends with Dario. So he sent up the reservation to meet Dario. We walk into the shop. Dario's playing AC/DC. He's pouring my 12-year-old a glass of Chianti. Reading Lardo, we're having bread in the olive oil. It was wonderful, and
that's awesome.
I asked if I could come back to do a meat apprenticeship the following year, and he said yes, and so that was the beginning of it. And so at age 48, I went to Tuscany. I spent 2 months working in Dario's Celle, and then I worked 1 month with the Marini family. And Dario was all about how to utilize the whole animal, and to honor Dario's wish. That's why we make snack sticks, because we sell the primal cuts in our butcher shop, but the rest of the animal goes into our estate beef snack sticks. But the Marini family has been making salumi. Salumi is just the plural of salami. When you say salumi, it can be in coppa, lonza, salami. You know, it's the whole general category. But Marini's been making salumi since 1902, and that's to me, that's really the magic. We apply a European methodology to how we make our cured meats, and then it's an Italian designed facility. All the components are from Parma, Italy, from Frigo Meccanica, one of the top artisan meat producers for machinery. And it's all about allowing for colder fermentations, slower fermentations. And when you have slower fermentations, you have longer aging and you have more butteriness, more nuttiness. And that's why we think our salumi goes so well with wine, is it doesn't have that typical hard acidic edge to it that so much of the American industrial salami has. You know, it's very round, very voluptuous, and it just, it can be done. And we have to defend the way that we make it with USDA every year. We have one of the best meat consultants in the industry to defend how we do things the old world way.
That's amazing. I can't even imagine having gone over there and go, I want an apprenticeship to make salumis, go over there and stay. But you were doing this when you were younger. You were making salamis in your, like people do with wine, right?
And when you ask about that, I mean, that is a family tradition forever. And so we had, Peter's grandmother immigrated from Italy when she was 16 years old to be a cook at Italian Swiss colony, right, in the commissary. and she brought recipes with her. And she brought this recipe for one of our salumi we call Pio, which is going to be, Renee chose it to go in the packet, in the 3-pack. But so she came with that, and the family's always made it. And we kind of laugh about it, but we make it in around December. And Pete's father would hang him in the old winery and to cure. So crazy, right? And that was his Christmas gifts to everyone. So the family had this big wine history, but also this big salumi history. And you know, I show up here from New Orleans, got dazzled by the blue eyes. And the next thing I know, I'm standing in the garage with my hands in 500 pounds of pork, you know, and trying to mix it.
That's love.
There's a lot of pork. And
There's a lot of pork.
Kristen, it was just a test. You know, any woman you're going to marry has to be able to make raw
sausage.
pork. You got to be able to make sausage. It's one of the things we want in a soulmate, in a life mate. So
I've never heard that. So that was never on the match profiles, any harmonies that I've been part of.
That to your Tinder
no,
profile.
I don't think so. I think that's probably not that attractive. But anyway.
Yeah. So here we were and doing this, and it's just so amazing. And Peter's favorite day, you know, we did all this fabulous wine stuff. We had a fabulous history in the wine world. And then, but his favorite day every day of the year was making this salumi. So when Kristen asked what is Journeyman, it is a little butcher shop and a salumeria and a USDA production facility here in Sonoma County. 4 miles
Amazing.
from the winery.
Right downtown Hillsburg. It's a little bit off the square. You're over by what? Wyandottes there, Brava's there. I'm trying to think of what's around you. Amazing. And you walk in and you're like, now I'm hungry. And clearly, where do I even start with everything? Because these are absolutely amazing. But get back a second, because you talked about the wine world. You guys were involved in the wine world. I'm thinking a lot of people will recognize your name and have had wines that you guys have produced before. Right. So how long were you in the wine world?
Oh my goodness. I ran Seghesio for 25 years, and it was an amazing transformation for a wonderful old Italian family. It was
well, Pete grew up at the winery that his grandfather had started lived in that house, and then his father and mother lived in that house, and that's where he grew up. And on his mom's side, there's even vineyards, and that's where we live today, on the vineyards that her family brought to the game, I guess. And so, you know, for Pete, it's been forever.
Yeah.
And
it's always what you know. I know I've been to Seghesio multiple times, and I remember seeing the hanging meats, and you guys, they would chop them up, and you'd have them as well. Little pepper in that one. But awesome, amazing. So you got out of the wine, you can never get out of the wine business, but.
Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, I think the great thing about Seghesio was it was a great old Italian immigrant story, where we had, back in the olden days, this county was a third grapes, a third pears, a third prunes. Slowly over time, it's transitioned to be all grapes. Seghesio went from bulk wine and concrete tanks to fine French oak barrels, and really, you know, we accomplished some great things. And then I don't know, you keep wanting to learn, to grow. You want to continue to learn new things. And with Seghesio, we reached a point where we had kind of accomplished everything that the family wanted to do. And so,
they kind of got the offer they couldn't refuse.
We got a great offer we couldn't refuse, and we just wanted to continue to do new things. I think my wife would have rather have gone to the beach, but we, you know, it was, Kristen was right there, you know.
But I mean, why not, right?
No, I mean, we grew up with Nando's in Geyserville, and it was a local little butcher shop, and I would go there as a little kid with my dad. And the Italians would have draft beer, and Nando would give us little red wine and garlic salami. And it was the greatest thing. And he'd give you little bites of it for free. And it was just wonderful, that tantalizing zing and tenderness of old style salami. And it was a great thing. And we just missed that. Yeah. And
I think it's awesome. Well, in Healdsburg, I'm going to assume Healdsburg, we're a food town. Wine country is a food town. Wine and food go so amazing together. And we needed a great butcher meat shop, we needed great product too. So super fun. They go amazing. I'm trying to remember when I think, when did you open Journeyman Meat Company, the shop?
In
August.
Yeah.
August 17, because there was a lot of hubbub. Papa Pietro Perry, our foodies, like you said, Dave Lowe, our assistant winemaker and chef. He's a regular. He should probably clock in at this point at your guys' shop, but he makes his lunch Monday through Friday, and he's always getting stuff from you guys for his house and for us. So we're spoiled without a doubt. Ron, who is one of our phenomenal members in New Jersey, old Italian guy. Oh, sorry, you didn't say old Ron. Sorry, nice Italian guy, born in New York, living in New Jersey, has been to your shop multiple times. He said as well. And now you guys have a great name. You've got a great product. It's super fun. It is going amazing with this 18 Sonoma Coast. I have how many salamis or salumi do you make?
Probably a dozen.
Okay, so about 12.
But 10, we make 10 varieties day in and day out. And then we have a little club. So we have a salumi club, like a wine club. We kind of modeled it after. We try to do everything sort of evoke that we're in wine country. So we have a salumi club. So each quarter we send out 2. And so we always create a new recipe for that. And some of them have remained in the repertoire, really, because they've been favorites and people have loved them. So, every year, 14 flavors, different flavors, but primarily 10. And then we also make bacon that we roast we smoke with wine barrels, with Pinot Noir wine barrels.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and we call it wine barrel bacon. And then we make a lot of family sausages too. It's a lot of family recipes, and so. So yeah,
no,
I have 2 of them in front of me today. I have and I'm going to butcher the names again. Soppressata.
And remember Finocchio. Just call it Finocchio.
Finocchio.
Finocchio or Finocchiona.
Like yeah. So Finocchiona sounds like Pinocchio. So
okay, I like that. By the way, you make 10 salami. Okay, salami is plural and salumi is singular.
No, salami is the opposite. Salumi is the plural.
Okay, so 10 different salumis is correct, but I have a favorite salami would be correct.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Correct.
perfect. I'm learning. I will forget that in 10 minutes, but I'm learning. And the other one I grabbed was Finocchio.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Finocchio.
A lot of the Italians will, instead of calling it Finocchiona, they'll call it Finocchio. So,
okay.
Fine.
And so that has a little bit of fennel, and let me tell you, I've eaten half of it already, and we just have been on for a few minutes. It is delicious. And with the wine, I can't decide if I just want to keep eating that, drinking this, doing them together. They're pairing absolutely beautifully. Super fun.
The fennel Pinot Noir does so wonderful out in the Russian River appellation and Anderson Valley for that matter. But in those areas, wherever some of the finest Pinot Noir vineyards are, you see a lot of wild fennel growing in those areas. So you just see it.
Oh.
So it's wild fennel is pretty predominant in Russian River and in the whole area. It reminds
me of going to the river, right? Because the fennel kind of grows right along the banks of the river. So when you go to the river in the summer, you smell it. But and
if you think about it, whatever's growing in the ground around where vineyards are growing, the vineyards, i.e. the grapes, i.e. the wine, pick up some minute characteristics in there, and then that pairing piece goes phenomenal. I did not know there was wild fennel growing either. And I'm not a very good agriculturalist.
Yeah, it's sort of the world thought that the food of an area goes with the wine of an area, right? So, and if we use local herbs and spices, then it's going to go with the wines. So it's amazing. And also, salumi is so much like wine because it's fermented, it's aged, and it's better when it's fermented in small lots, and aged and fermented colder, slower, and aged colder and slower. So the wine world intersects salumi in a lot of ways.
Well,
how long is it usually aged?
Well, it depends on who, Kristen, but for us, a chub like this is going to take about 30 days. For larger players in America, they can do this in 12 days. So much is really the speed of aging is determined by the speed and temperature of fermentation. So if you have a lower temperature fermentation, we're fermenting in the mid 70s. The larger industrial players in America are fermenting 90 to 100 degrees. When you ferment that fast, it exponentially speeds up the whole process. So to go from 12 days to 30 days, it's a dramatic flavor sensation and flavor profile. So, when you ferment slow, you make smaller pores, and those smaller pores release the moisture slower. So it's like making barrel fermented Chardonnay compared to stainless steel Chardonnay with commercial yeast versus barrel, but with native yeast. Native yeast, much lower fermentation process. And so that's what you see.
And where do you sell your salumis? You sell them all over. You also ship everywhere. Can you find them retail?
No,
I know around town you can because we're spoiled, but
yeah. I mean, Gary's is one of our top accounts.
In Napa.
In Napa. The Ferry Plaza Wine Merchant has them. Oliver's has 6 of them, but it's pretty limited. We have, we're not trying to be everywhere. We're trying to
in the right places.
Respectful of our winery customers and our club customers. We don't need to be everywhere. We enjoy working on small local projects. We're starting to work on a project with Farmstead because we do Parmigiano in our Parmigiano Porcini salumi. We're looking now at doing an aged Gouda to replace the Parmigiano. So that's our priority, is making great things from wine country, and that's what we're trying to stay focused on.
Well, and you do more than just salumi as well, because you do the multiple meats. You also have you have a restaurant or a takeout food, right?
It's not a restaurant. If it's a restaurant, my wife will leave me. So it's a butcher cafe. It's a limited menu cafe. That's what it is. It's a
butcher and cafe. That works. That sounds good to me.
He wanted a restaurant, and I thought, you were crazy. You don't get, you can't have a wife, a winery, and a restaurant, because at the time, and I was like, absolutely not. I'm not a threesome. You can have a winery and a restaurant, or a wife and a winery. That
is a good wine country threesome if you're going to have one, though. I got to tell you.
Yeah, and then an oven went in, and then a counter went. I'm like, oh, this looking like a restaurant. But we do have a little tiny cafe, and it is 24 seats essentially. Maybe when we're cocktail, we could probably fit 40 people in. But we have tables outside now, of course. And so it is a little cafe. It is a butcher shop. We have an 8-foot butcher counter. And Kristen, to your point about Healdsburg being a foodie town, it was amazing because, so many businesses have suffered so much during this time. But I think that people like to come into this tiny little butcher shop and not being in a big supermarket. And people in Healdsburg cook a ton and even more now, right? And so they would come in 3 and 4 times a week, like Dave, and be in the shop, 3 times a week picking up food. So the little butcher shop actually kept us in business through this pandemic, which was amazing and really helpful. And so it's kind of interesting because we were selling the salumi to wineries and restaurants, and when everyone kind of got shut down, boom, they went our little marketing plan. So it's
true. And really, when you're in this wine country world, everyone looks out for each other. Everyone has each other's back. Everyone supports each other. Everyone wants to help. You guys put out a great product. Julia, Ben's daughter, was just talking about your Wagyu beef, and like I told you, I know all about Wagyu ribeye, salami sausages. I haven't had your bacon yet, but I've been told I haven't lived. Because I haven't had the bacon. Ian's eating Lindner's truffle salumi. Jessica's had the burger. Yeah, we like you guys. It's great.
Yeah. Kristen, thank you so much. We like. I think the general consensus is that people are eating less meat, and we all want to eat the better meat or the best possible
quality meat.
Yeah, and there is that's been one of my little secret enjoyments, is the raw meat case, is helping source the meat for that case. So like we have Zabaton, which is it's an old, it used to be called the Denver steak, but it has the most marbling out of any cut, and it's part of the chuck. The marbling is so incredible. And Zabaton means little pillow in Japanese. And so it's a Japanese cut, but American Wagyu, and it's just simply amazing. Right now, we have some wonderful Brant beef in the case, which is Holstein. And Holstein, because of milk production, have a lot of marbling, and it may be better than some of the best Angus prime that's out there.
I was just going to ask, does that mean it's prime?
Yeah, these are all prime grade. The Snake River that we have, the Snake River Gold is prime. The Mishima is above prime. The Brant is above prime. So when you have prime above, it's a wonderful sensation. And we just tried a wonderful Wagyu grass-fed that ribeye that was unbelievable, that you would swear it wasn't grass-fed. So I
didn't know you could go above prime.
Yeah, no, there's a marbling scale that takes you from 112 above prime. And so the Snake River Gold is about an 8. And then like A5 from Japan, that's going to be pushing 12. So
wow.
Okay. But there's some amazing stuff. Amazing stuff.
I worked in a steakhouse for probably 5 to 7 years. We cut our own steaks. We did everything. And that's how I learned the whole prime bit. And I have a huge appreciation for steaks now. I agree with what you said, Pete. Without a doubt, people want better quality meats. They may not be eating as much red meat or as much meat, but when they do, they want the good quality. And again, we're foodies. Joanna's saying she loves your grill meat boxes, and she gives your salumis away as hostess gifts. Awesome. What are your grill meat boxes?
So the meat boxes we kind of assembled, they went during the pandemic, right? There were the meat shortages and people couldn't get out to the grocery stores. Okay, that's a meat box for sure.
I want to talk about that. Yes. That is not a Happy Meal. Everybody out there.
These meat boxes. So right now we have 3. Right now we have a sausage box that's all 13 varieties of our sausage. We have one that is we call the meat up, and it has chicken and steaks and bacon and ground beef and sausage, and so that is incredible. All prime. There's 4 prime steaks in it. And then we have an Italian one right now too. And the Italian one has bistecca Fiorentina. I always mess it up. And what else? Our meatballs, our house-made meatballs that have a little secret ingredient. So
are these are all in a meat box?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we can ship them. We can ship them around the country. And so it was crazy.
I'll be there Friday.
Good. You're welcome. You are welcome.
Makes that easy. Okay, what's your little Happy Meal box you just pulled that you just got?
No.
30. Okay, every time I hear the ding, you have to take a sip. That's my rule.
These are little Willie, where are you at? Come here. Help us out.
Yeah, Willie is their son.
Willie's our youngest son, and he's our farmer.
And he raises cattle at our house, but
we just got these, you guys. Look, they're so cute.
It's on your TV.
Oh, baby chicks. Yeah. 15 minutes. Are they? Do you guys name them?
We just got them. Willie, where'd you go?
But in general,
we have what name, Kristen? Do you want to give that one? If we can.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Here. No idea. I'm going to lift the camera up.
They're so cute. Literally, as we were pre-gaming with Pete and Cathy, they delivered. Look how cute. So you guys just got 18 chicks.
Yeah, so if you wait till after Easter, which I was trying to do, but they get all purchased up around here, especially. Oh no. One of them is taking on another pecking order. But then
Dan wants to name one Penny.
Penny?
Penny. I don't know. That's what Dan just texted me. Name one Penny.
All right, we named Penny.
Oh, Kenny. Okay, perfect. Penny.
Oh, I think Kenny's good too. I like Kenny Chesney. I go with Kenny.
Then we got a mean old rooster, right? But let's hope we have a Penny. So,
by the way, I moved on to the 18 Charles. I don't even know where 16 came from. 2018 Charles, Anderson Valley. You mentioned Anderson Valley a little bit earlier, but again, with the Finocchio. You said Pinocchio. That was amazing. It's delicious.
We call it Fino at the shop too. Fino. We call it
good. Fino and Pinot. I think this is. No wonder I like it so much. It's awesome. I'd like to name one Fluff and name one Corvin. We're getting all kinds of names on the chicks now. Fluff.
Oh.
And Corvin. Corvin's actually a cool name.
This is a pretty famous vineyard, isn't it? The Charles?
It is. Bill and Nancy Charles up in Anderson Valley. Did you guys pull fruit from Charles?
No, we haven't. No.
Oh, just curious. It's our only Anderson Valley Pinot, and I think it gets it's a short end of the stick sometime. This is tasting delicious. This is the 18. 17 was amazing. Got a little more of that minerality to it because it's up north a bit, but with the salami, it's delicious.
It's so good.
I'm really loving these pairings. These are super.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting to see Anderson Valley in the Pinot Noir realm and to see where Anderson Valley is going to be in comparison to Russian River. And, it seems like Russian River Pinot and I have some of your other Pinots here, like the Laras love that one. And it seems like the Charles will have more structure, but there's more sweet saltwater taffy characteristic on the Pinots that you do, and I love them. But it's a neat, there's a lot of the people in the industry I respect that keep talking about Anderson Valley as the future. I don't know, but this is an amazing wine. Amazing wine. Our winemaker is amazing though. Ben Papapietro is fantastic. He's consistent year on year with the wine. So yeah, I joke my favorite one is the one in my glass. Usually the one I like. And then I forget about one and I drink it. I'm like, oh crap, that's really good too. Shoot. Yeah, you go back and forth. Is there a salami sommelier? There is the I can try. There's in Italy there is. They have the Tre Bicchieri for wine, and there's a Bicchieri for salami. Those are very similar. Yeah, but in America, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Are there competitions you enter? Are there things you do? No, not really. I mean, we want to enter the Good Food Awards, but we have not done that. And no.
Well, they were kind of shut down this year, but and so we were kind of finally ready, and we wanted to do that. But no, it's charcuterie boards are hot right now, right? I see them so much on menus, more so, and I don't think it's just that I'm more aware, but almost every restaurant or something has charcuterie boards and the cheese boards, and there's so many different. It's hard to understand which ones you like. I don't think it's just Healdsburg either. I think it's all over the place. Yeah, no. It was in Wine Magazine. One of the trends for 2021 was charcuterie, and so and I think what a lot of people told us during the pandemic and that during the lockdown is that sometimes that was their dinner. Just salami, cheese, wine, and that was dinner. And so it's a keto diet. It's it works. Exactly. It works in some of these diets. So it's interesting, but it is really a trend, and it's the oldest trend in the book, right? So you kind of when we went to Italy, we were taking a tour with this woman, and she said, "Oh my gosh, you're gonna make salumi. Salumi is, what is it? De Medici called it the fifth art. That it was, it was an art form, and so that's how it is in Italy." Yeah. And so it is an art form. Do you have one of your unwrapped salamis next to you? Yes, because I love the fact I'm not sorry, unwrapped in the red. Oh, in the red. I was saying earlier how I love the fact that yours are wrapped in the bright red. I don't know if it's butcher paper or what it is, but I was in a store recently looking for it. I was like, oh, easy, there it is, because everything else is kind of that white or whatnot, and I love that yours are bright red. I'm not making her go search for it, but
it's brand awareness. It was easy for me to spot, and I know it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
If I get that, so I loved it. I thought now I had to make her go get one up. What's the shelf life?
All good. Oh, so best buy is within a year of production. So it's completely shelf stable, and you don't have to refrigerate it, but it's best 6 to. I don't like it too fresh. I like it 5-6 months later. To a year. We're out.
I'm glad you found one. I've eaten all mine. Did you find one?
But this is the red paper, and this is my marketing.
No, I give them away, Kristen. I mean, no, you have a lot of. You know what it's. You can't get anybody to help you on the farm or help you do anything. So I'm bribing everybody with salami.
UPS man.
The electrician, the painter.
You pay in salami? I think that's amazing.
I do gratuities in salami. But I just appreciate.
It sounds kind of rude, doesn't it?
The guy fixing my pump. I'm giving bacon and salami away as my currency to get people to show up to help me on the farm.
Contractors.
And I bet you get them to show up. I think that's awesome. Why do you think I have so many friends? I work at a winery. Okay, what is the difference? Oh, so Steve is asking, what is the difference between salumi, he's doing, or salami? And I'm going to try it again, see if I remember. Salumi is singular.
No.
Salami is plural. Damn it.
Is a plural. Like
salami is plural.
That's a platter of salumi over there.
Salumi is plural. So I'm going to call it salumi because I always like more than one. That's how I'm going to remember.
There you go.
You put one salami on a sandwich.
Yeah.
More than one glass. Salumi. Yeah.
Okay, so which ones were you eating? And out of the 2 wines, if you tried them, what were your favorites? I am in love with the Charles and the Finocchio.
It's a good pairing. We are having soppressata, which is a little. It's got a little bit more Calabrian chilies in it, so it's a little. Generally, we always kind of thought the spicier ones would go with red wine, but the spicier ones kind of go with white wines more because they bring out the acid, and then all the earthy ones like the Finocchio that have like full spices of the earth, and Parmesan and porcini that is gorgeous with Pinot, but all right, so I think I'm going to be contrary. I think I love the
what?
I think I love the Sonoma Coast, but
with the Finocchio. Just for you, I'll try it again.
Look at that! Isn't that pretty?
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. That's Lonza.
What is that? It's huge.
Big slicer back there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Everybody in Healdsburg has a slicer on their counter, by the way.
Good.
They should. We sell those in the shop. They're not reasonable, but it's okay. But this is the little thing that we send the wine club in. I mean, not the wine club. It's the salumi club in. So this. I
think, and you know what's funny? I think the brown bag is absolutely amazing, and what a great touch. I think it's so cute.
Thank you. And the way to kind of share it, right? So you can pass them along, right? So
it is. Now you guys have a great club. So again, your club is what? And where does the name Chubbs come from?
I don't know, Pete. Where's the name Chubb come from?
I don't know. Chubbs of love.
It kind of sounds cheap.
Look at that.
Look at this. And you guys have brought your slicer out to events before. This is ridiculous. I'm so far away. That looks amazing.
You share.
Oh, Craig, you're pairing it with the Sonoma Coast. Craig, are you having? You guys are so mean. Look at that. I have my own over here. Craig, are you enjoying the salumis? Oh, salumi as well. Jen's going to be. Jen, I love your parents. They're doing the tasting on the 24th. So again, we are doing a virtual tasting with the both of you. 3 chubs of salami. 3 chubs of salami, probably is how I'm supposed to say it. And 3 different wines. You'll join us. I know you guys will get it too with me. Joanna Corso, if Joanna's maybe in the shop as much as Dave. She's a huge, look at that. Here's my little tiny piece. It looks pretty good though. Whatever. I had to cut it with a Swiss Army knife, which is funny, but thank you both for joining us. Super appreciative. Half an hour goes by way too fast. Again, April 24th, there's still time. Go on our website, go on our events page. Join us for a virtual tasting with the both of you. Phenomenal. We're doing a Riedel wine glass seminar virtually tomorrow night. We've got trivia coming up. We've got wine, cheese, and chocolate. You know, we're the virtual place to be. We're open. Come see us. Come see you guys. You guys are open too, right?
Open.
Yes,
We are
we
open.
Yeah, go online. Look at their salumi club. You call it a salumi club, right? Because you get two.
Exactly.
4 times a year.
It's a meat deal. Yeah.
2, 4 times a year.
2 chubs 4 times a year, and it's one. Just keep them in your fridge, and when guests come over, special friends, share them. You know, it's one new recipe every quarter that we do.
And do you ship your meat boxes?
Yes. Mm-hmm. We do.
Yes. All right, but you can also pick them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to do one of those. I gotta have bacon in it, I think. Anyways, thank you both for joining us. These are delicious. This was super fun.
Wednesday.
I absolutely appreciate it.
Hey.
What a way to spend a Wednesday.
Cheers.
You can't go wrong.